When it comes to buying a house, experts say 2016 is shaping up to be a seller's market. Jonathan Smoke from Realtor.com has some advice whether you're selling or buying in the Metro's hottest neighborhoods. Hi, Jonathan. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you, Jane.
How is buying a home or selling a home in 2016 different than in other years?
Well, I would say 2016 is the year we finally returned to normal. And Kansas City is a perfect measure of that because home prices have recovered from the losses during the downturn. And you had a pretty stable year of growth in 2015, and 2016 is looking to be a bit stronger, especially on the sales side, because you're seeing more and more demand.
That's encouraging. And what can home buyers do to ensure they get the home of their dreams at the best price?
Well, one of those things is to start early. It's a little bit counterintuitive, but the best time of the year to be a buyer is actually right now in January and February, because buyers typically see about 50% more inventory relative to the number of buyers out there. So there's less competition, and you can likely end up with a better price.
Then how do sellers ensure they're making the most money?
Well, part of the argument there is a bit different. The advice is to work with a local realtor who can help you time when demand is usually at its peak for your specific neighborhood. But that's usually around April of the year. But of course, 80% of sellers are also buyers, so that too could influence your timing if you're trying to both sell and buy in the same year.
Always about the timing. Does it really matter then when you decide to buy or sell a home?
Not really. There are transactions all year round, but there is definitely seasonality. You have the most inventory, but you have the most demand in the spring and summer, and as a result, prices tend to be higher in the spring and summer. So from a sales side, if you're trying to maximize price, it's usually best to sell in the spring or summer. But on the buyer, it's exactly opposite.
And when it comes to interest rates, how does that factor into for home buyers?
It's going to factor in big time, especially in 2016, as mortgage rates are expected to go up. And it's one of the reasons we're advising buyers to put as much effort into getting their mortgage as they do in finding that perfect home, because it could be the difference with rates on the rise of just being able to qualify. But over the length of a loan for a median home in Kansas City, it could amount to about $20,000 in added interest.
Oh, wow. And are we ever going to see what we saw back in 2007, 2008, that housing bubble?
No, I don't believe we will. I recommend to realtors as I travel the country to basically have a lobotomy and forget about those years, because about 20% of that just wasn't real.
Okay. And what do you say are the hottest neighborhoods in Kansas City?
So we're seeing great activity, fast-moving inventory, and a lot of views online in zip code 66215, which is neighborhoods like Century Estates and the Cedars and Oak Hill. And then also in adjacent 66214, which is Oak Park and Westbrook. Those rank as some of the hottest zip codes and neighborhoods in the country.
Okay, writing those zip codes down. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate all the great tips for 2016.
You're welcome, Jane.